I'm Shane Woodruff. I have lived in Texarkana all my life, just about. Grew up on the Arkansas side and live on the Texas side now. The name of my jewelry store is Crocker's Jewelers. We've been in business actually for 30 years. We started in 1984. Built a store on Kennedy Lane that we were there at that location for 13 years, and then we moved next door to the location we're currently at and have been here for 17 years. Years ago, 10 years ago, I called Bobby Wilkerson, who Bobby's been a friend of mine for years and years. We're actually in skull groups together and would travel to some of those groups together. And at that time I said, Bobby, you know, it's Christmas time. The store's about 45 minutes from us. There's no way I could leave our current store during Christmas time. So what can we do? How can you help us with this sale and close the store and keep us here at this store? And Bobby handled everything. And so when I decided about this store, building a new store, which by the way started back in 2008, obviously again the first person I thought of was Bobby Wilkerson. I will say Rick Hayes, when I talked to Rick about it, which was just a great conversation, because it wasn't like he was trying to sell me anything. We just talked about what we're doing. And Rick said, you know, Shane, he says, I can tell you numerous people that have done the same thing, and they all will say, not only was the sale great, and not only was the marketing great, but the marketing to tell people we were moving and where we were moving was worth the sell. And so after talking with Rick, and of course knowing how Bobby is such a perfectionist and so professional, that was ultimately what made the decision, or helped me make the decision, of using Wilkerson's for our moving sale. Let me give you a few reasons why I would recommend Wilkerson's to do your sale. One is, imagine building an 8,000 square foot store and all of that coming together at the same time as you're doing this moving sale. And in addition to that, you've got to go to Vegas and buy for your new store. So all of this happened within this 2 months of us preparing to move in our new store. It's just something that's overwhelming, and I know everyone knows that. But just to have someone like Rick and Vicki here, that they come in, believe me, they will do whatever you need, from put out cases, to help tag things, to wait on people. Whatever it is they need to do, they'll do it. But more importantly, they brought the professionalism that represented Crocker's like it should be, and they ran this store while I was gone. While I was in Vegas for almost 7-8 days, I think it was. And so Rick and Vicki were here taking care of the day-to-day operations. So I didn't have to worry about that. And it just meant so much to me that I could trust my store with someone like them. They've done it for me now. This is the second time. I wouldn't consider moving a store, closing a store, or retiring from a store in any market without first at least talking with Wilkerson's.